It's been raining for more than 12 hours. Not a drizzle, not a passing shower. The kind of rain that soaks through bark, through clothing, through confidence. Your hands are numb, your gear is wet, and the temperature is dropping with the last of the light. At this point, fire isn't comfort. Fire is survival. And today, we're going to prove that creating it in a downpour is not an act of luck. It is a deliberate method. Everything around us is soaked, the ground, the trees, the air itself. This is the exact environment where most people fail, not because they lack the right gear, but because they start in the wrong order. They panic, they rush. Our constraints today are brutally simple: one cutting tool and one ignition source. No tarp, no shelter, no dry weather excuses. What follows is not theory. It's a blueprint for staying alive when the world is actively trying to extinguish you. Our cutting tool is a hatchet. Why? Because in wet conditions, raw leverage matters more than finesse. A knife is for carving. A hatchet is for breaking and entering. It lets you split larger soaked logs to immediately access the dry heartwood inside. Our ignition source is a simple lighter. And yes, it's wet, but that doesn't mean it's useless. A drowned lighter can be revived. You shake it hard. You blow through the mechanism to force the water out. You cycle the wheel again and again, letting the friction of steel on flint generate enough heat to dry the spark point. Fire doesn't care about perfection. It only rewards persistence. But before you even think about sparks or wood, you make the single most important decision. You choose where the fire will live. This is the battle you win before the fighting starts. We're not looking for dry. That place doesn't exist right now. We're looking for less wet. Look for a dense canopy, like a bent cedar or a thick pine, where the green branches above mean less rainfall below. Look for a natural windbreak, like a large rock or a fallen log. You are selecting your battlefield, and it determines everything that comes next. Once your spot is chosen, you fight the instinct to rush. Instead, you improvise. You build a temporary shield. Using fresh green branches flipped so the waxy undersides of the leaves face the sky, you create an improvised poncho over your small work area. This isn't a shelter, it's a sterile field for surgery. It buys you precious minutes of reduced rainfall, time to process wood, time to protect the inner fibers, time to win. A fire is built long before it is ever lit. And now the final crucial step, the one that defies common sense. Most people hunt for Tinder first. That is backwards. In the rain, Tinder is compromised, but fuel is not if you know where to look. Dead, standing trees contain dry inner wood, protected from the soaked ground. So you process your fuel first. Split the large sections, then the medium, then the small. And as you work, you stack them with the freshly cut dry face pointing down and the wet bark side facing up to the rain. You are building a shield for your fuel with the fuel itself. You build the entire fire in reverse, protecting each precious layer of dry material until the final moment. Only then, into the heart of this carefully prepared structure, do you introduce your tinder and your spark. This method isn't just about starting a fire, it's about imposing order on chaos. It's proof that with the right sequence, the right logic, you can create warmth and light even when everything is against you. It's how you turn a desperate situation into a deliberate success.